Welcome back, everybody, to Break It Down.
Break it down.
The show where we speak to artists like my man Core here.
Cool.
And we get to a little peek behind the curtain as to how these songs, music videos, albums come about, the creative process behind the writing, recording, and give you, the listener, a taste of what goes into some of these gems. Back with us is my man Core, EMS in-house producer, artist, MC, vocalist, engineer, and
party extraordinaire.
Party extraordinaire. Absolutely. I was gonna think of something that might have been too explicit for the intro, but nonetheless, Core, thanks for being back with us.
Of course, man. I'm glad to be here as always, talking to my man.
Let our listeners know what you're currently working on and promoting. What songs you got out there right now?
Hey guys, at the moment, I got about 10 to 15 tracks that none of you have heard. I am currently working on a title, so right now we'll call it Untitled, which actually isn't that bad. Yeah, man, I'm working on a ton of stuff that ranges from Germany all the way to California. Some very talented producers. The crazy part is it's like the language barriers. I'm trying to learn German too, and I'm trying to do like a German track to kind of pop out. So you're gonna hear some very interesting chorage within the next couple of months for sure. Yeah, man. 2021, 2022 is gonna be a fire year for myself, both individually and as a group EMS. We get a lot of music coming out. Super excited.
Awesome. I always look forward to hearing the chorage on anything new, whether it's produced by Core, vocals by Core, written and produced by Core, always on my playlist and in rotation. So
much appreciated. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, I love it. And today I'd like to get into B.A.M, Breakfast at Midnight. So let's break it down. This song is a little different vibe from some of your more upbeat, fast-paced, kind of in-your-face lyrics. Tell us, how did you come up with this song, Breakfast at Midnight? I'm assuming you were drunk, a little hazy at midnight, and you decided to write a song. Am I correct?
Yeah, you are correct.
Correct.
Yeah, let me get into a little more in depth for you.
Please.
So Breakfast at Midnight, again, it started with a very slow beat. It was one of those moods. I was kind of just feeling, all right, I got home, rainy day, which I actually find out that making beats on a rainy day is fire. It's like, you know, you're stuck inside. The creative juices start flowing, especially if the fridge is full of good stuff. So you're just sitting there and yeah, man, it was late at night. I remember I just bought a house up in New Hampshire, and I'm cooking breakfast, and the beat's playing in the background. And I'm like, dude, this is like, because it was like you said, it was, you know, not the typical BPM that I shoot for. And so the music's playing, I'm making breakfast. You know, the bacon grease is hitting me in the face. Oof, you know, like I know how you're feeling right now, Kevin. And so like that's sort of the chorus. So it was sort of a play on words, metaphorically speaking. It's like my mind's racing. I'm thinking of weird stuff going on. You know, I'm driving to the store, I'm getting things, but I'm playing that beat and I'm making my breakfast at midnight, like, you know. So like I sat down, I'm like, that's definitely going to be the track name, Breakfast at Midnight, for sure. And you know, that was, again, another one of those songs where you hear the beat immediately and you're like, I can start writing to this. And, you know, as you hear the vocals, like, you know, heads or tails, wrong or right, you know, what's going, like, kind of metaphorically speaking, it's like your mind is going one way and the other. Your thoughts are racing. You're kind of thinking about everything. In terms of what's right, what's wrong, you don't know, you know, but it's just kind of like, I know how you're feeling about it. And, you know, it's actually a very deep song if you really, you know, listen to it. I actually, that's, again, like I keep saying it, like I sound biased, but no, that was one of my more like fun songs, you know, and I took my time mixing it. I really wanted like the low frequencies to hit very nicely because it's like a low and dark and like midnight track. Excuse me. So yeah, man, Breakfast at Midnight was a very great track. I had a blast making that one. I really did, man. I was cooking and writing at the same time. So it
So
was
the beat you came up with at the same time, or you sat on the beat and then you just happened to be playing it at midnight?
yeah. So I made the beat a couple days prior. I
Okay.
was actually listening to an album. Um, when we were at Hip Hop Camp, and actually you were there, and we were. I saw Evidence on stage, and I'm like, man, this guy has a very chill vibe. Like his music was kind of like slower, right? Or at least his new album
Slow
was.
flow.
So I was very inspired by Evidence's his like, I don't know if he made the beat, I'm not sure. Like I should probably look into it. I just didn't. I heard that BPM and I'm like, man, I would love to try and do something like that. So that's how B.A.M's beat came about, man. Because I usually start a beat with a nice drum pattern. So I did. And then like, you know, again, like I made it a couple days prior to writing it. And, you know, I don't know why I went with the lower frequency with it, but it sounded great, you know? And then I was like, you know, I never fucked with organs before either. So I'm like, yo, let me get some organs into this. And I kind of just sat down on the piano. I hooked up the MIDI and I just kind of went nuts. I just made one quick, simple, very loopetitive, we'll call it that. Like, you know, if you listen to my core CD, you're going to hear it's very loopy. I like to try to keep things simple and not too crazy dynamic. I have been stepping out of my comfort zone doing that. So you'll hear that in the future projects, but back to at least B.A.M, it was yeah, man, it came out of me quick. So, you know, I kind of struck gold with it because I really, really love that sound. You know,
It's very personal too. I mean, you even say in the song, I just got a chance to know you.
I know how you're feeling right now. Yep.
Yeah,
I just got a chance.
right now. Yeah. So when you wrote the song, obviously there was a little liquid involved and a little late night.
Some ethanol was mixed into some water and some yeast, barley, and all that good stuff for sure.
Was it just kind of a feel good song you wanted to write? Was there a you know, like a person that inspired this song, you know, or was it just kind of like you just had this vibe and it just came out of you?
Yeah, like I don't hate, don't even discriminate. All I want to do is kick it, smoke a blunt, and mix a tape. You know, flip a cake, buttermilk, maple syrup. Getting late, you know, breakfast in the middle of the night. It's getting like, I kind of just came out of me, man. I was by myself at the time. I didn't have any girlfriend. My dog was living with my ex. Nah, man, I was just like questioning a lot of stuff. It wasn't like anything, I wasn't depressed or anything like that. I was just kind of, like you said, man, I was like, it was a different vibe, man. I don't know what happened. You know, there was one of these tracks. It's like, I could sit here and analyze it and listen to it over and over again and be like, all right, what does it really mean? I was just questioning a lot. Like my job, like, do I really want to do this all the time? So when you hear the cubicles falling down and rising up, you know, on a stage in a rage group, he's now trying to fuck. It's sort of like I was kind of getting sick of that office life, man. Listening to people telling me what to do. I like my freedom, and it's a blessing and a curse. I have the ability to do what I want, but I'm affecting a lot of people. So it's like, wrong or right, heads or tails, meaning like, what am I really doing? So, am I really affecting people around me because of my freedom? A lot of people say, oh, it's great, I'm jealous. It's like, well, you can do it, but it comes at a cost. And I feel like that's what Breakfast at Midnight was, thinking about life, thinking about what are you doing? Is it wrong or right? You know what I mean? Like, what side of the coin do you want to be on? That's the heads or tails thing. You know what I mean? Like, sort of like that. Driving around, but it's like, I do know how you're feeling right now. So it's like, I just want to get a chance to know you. Was like, this is how I'm feeling. I know how you're feeling. So I got a good chance to know you. It's kind of like it's kind of like me looking at myself sort of thing. So it's like a very deep track. So if any of you hear B.A.M, just pay close attention to like your own like intuition and like your own insight. Like, what am I doing in life? And is it affecting other people? And you know, thoughts racing at midnight during breakfast. So that's what it was.
Well, we'll give everyone a taste of it now. The song is called B.A.M, Breakfast at Midnight. Again, written and produced by Core. And here it is. Check it out.
Check it out.
Yeah. Heads or tails, wrong or right? What is going on tonight? Up or down, left or right? Everything I see in sight is beautiful. Cubicles falling down, rising up. On stage, in a rage. Groupies now, trying to fuck. That's what's up. I don't hate, don't even discriminate. All I'm gonna do is kick it, smoke a blunt and mix a tape. Flip a cake, buttermilk, maple syrup, getting late. Breakfast in the middle of the night is sitting on a plate. I try to eat, thinking first, contemplate. Calm the nerves, need a drink, hesitate, got it late. Swiping left, swiping right, conversate. Phone is down, music loud, cameras on, lock the safe. Cruising headers out the window, feeling fresh, never losing. Got a cult following like I'm Koresh. Who the best? Shit, I don't know and I don't care. What is next? People fight, then it's cool. Moving on, what a mess. What a mess. Tell me how you feel right now. Please tell me how you feel right now. I just wanna get to know you. I just wanna get to know you. When it's official, I will show you what I'm going through. Tell me how you feel right now. Please tell me how you feel right now. I just wanna get to know you. I just wanna get to know you. When it's official, I will show you what I'm going through.
You just heard B.A.M, Breakfast at Midnight from Core. It's a standalone single. Get that on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music. Download it, play it, replay it. It's a lot of insight and emotion in that song. And I even now when I listen to it over and over again, I still pick up on things. So you know it's a great song, just like a movie that you've seen numerous times and you pick up on stuff. You could tell that really took your time. I know you said you kind of wrote it quick, but time meaning it was thought-provoking. You put thought into it. You didn't just
sure. Yeah, it was just one of those things where like when you're on point with writing, it comes out of you and it still has that substance, like you said. And sometimes you even surprise yourself. You know, you'll record something and you're like, wow, oh my God, that has that double meaning I was looking for. I'm glad I did that, you know, because obviously you want to proofread your lyrics before you get into it. And then, you know, you may flip a word that has the same meaning, but then it kind of makes it sound even more, you know, it gives it that double meaning. And that was very cool that you said that, actually. Yeah, so analyze it, enjoy it, especially if it's enjoyable to you. Yeah, man, really indulge in it. You know,
yeah,
go into
like the
music
show
with an
says,
open mind.
break it down. So
break it down.
Core, any tours coming up on the Core tour? I know you said you're in Colorado now, headed to Vegas. Where can anyone see you perform? I know the Europe schedule's getting put together with M.Dot and the rest of BMS. Anything right now the fans can...
I'm working on New Hampshire's where I'm living right now, and I've been talking to a lot of people and some promoters, a couple of DJs. So yes, I'm going to be up in Manch, Vegas, in probably a few weeks with some really, really talented people. So, and I'm trying to expand out to Cali even. So I've been working with a lot of people out there in the Santa Monica area, some people in LA. Shout outs to West Coast Creations, by the way, very talented people. And we'll see, man. Like when Not Worried hits, it's going to be a good vibe for San Diego. So hopefully, you know, we already have the no. We just got to hit them up and get the yes. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I love it.
That's my advice to any musicians listening, man. You know, you spend so much time in making this music. Do yourself a favor and really promote yourself and really, you know, be aggressive, you know, and let people know because, like I said, nobody knows who you are until you say who you are. and, you know, expose yourself and then do it with a good heart, and people will really want to listen to it more. So, yeah, man, we're working a lot. I'm proud of my crew, man. We got a lot of people. I don't even, you know, EMS is growing. I don't even know half the crew members. Nah, I'm just kidding. You know, but it's, no, man, everyone's putting in their legwork, you know, and it's like the people who are consistent and the people who keep on doing it are the ones that are going to stick around. And, you know, it's kind of like you hear an artist, you're like, I don't like that track. You know, some people have that hatred. And then, you know, they keep hearing it and then they start to listen. They're like, you know, I kind of like this guy, you know. Next thing you know, you're listening to not only their lyrics, but you're listening to the way they flow, everything else. So it's like my advice is consistency, you know, respect the grind.
Great advice. At Core of EMS on all the socials, that's where everyone can find you.
Yes, sir. All of Core, yep. You can do #curriculum. You can find that on Apple Music, Spotify. You can find it on a lot of social media platforms. If you can't, DM me directly and I will point you in the right direction. Feel free to hit me up anytime.
Yes, we still have some physical copies as well. There's one behind me here, plaqued up on the wall. So thank you for your contribution to Own Lane Music. We love it and appreciate it. And thanks for stopping by and breaking it down with us again today, Core. Always a pleasure, my friend. And we'll talk again soon. For all the listeners out there, we'll catch you on the next episode.
I'm going to buy you a flight. I'm going to drag you to Vegas. So you might want to pack a bag, man. I might just do it.
I've never been to Vegas, so maybe we'll record the next episode out there. How about that?
Oh, that'd be incredible, man. Yep, 100%. As always, man. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure talking to you, whether it's about music or life in general, man. It's always a pleasure.
Always, Core. Thank you, brother.
Damn right.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Break It Down. Subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcast. If there's a song or video you want us to break down with an artist, hit us up on social media at Own Lane Music, or hit the artist up directly and mention our show. Maybe we can talk to him. That's it, everyone. Peace out.